Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Well, this really wasn't the end of Team of the Year that we wanted to see. Of course, yesterday's 82 times 25 pack SBC is nice to have, but since it's not unlimited, repeatable, the grind for Team of the Year kind of feels chalked, and it kind of feels like a lost cause, as that was the SBC that we really thought would save our fodder pack grind, not just give us a chance at packing Team of the Year blues, but crafting the SBCs that we could at least leave Team of the Year with, even if we didn't get lucky and see that blue tunnel. But we've got one more big refresh of the other pack SBCs and that 82 times 25 today, and that might be it for Team of the Year. But there's bigger news, guys. Today, we get icon swaps. It returns for the first time in 3 years after EA has not released it. And it's maybe one of the biggest things that people have been asking for back in this game that hasn't been released in a while. Today, our path begins from planning and plotting the best use of our tokens in these icon swaps to using the tokens on the packs, the player picks, and of course the insane icons that are leaked in the swap rewards. We're going to take a look at that, plus the new season that's dropping today, and we do have one last little bit of Team of the Year content that we might be expecting. Let's discuss, guys. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, we're going to go through yesterday's content first. The Team of the Year disappointment day is maybe what we could call it. All the hype leading into content about that one big 82-25 and the 88-90 pack all came crashing down shortly after we saw how many times we could do it. But we did have an Evo yesterday called Line Breaker. It's a free Evo for max 86 overall center mids. And the first point that I want to make with this is, before you go searching the center mids in your club to give them this Evo boost, make sure you remember that there are position change Evos still available for one more day. You could take a right mid or a left mid and move them to that CM position and then potentially put them into the new Evo that dropped yesterday. Also a shout, the CB to CDM and the Striker to Cam Evos expire tomorrow at content on Friday, so that is one thing to remember with this. However, this Line Breaker Evo is actually pretty decent. It gives a CDM position, Incisive Pass Plus, and the base playstyle as well, with some vision, reaction, stand tackle, Tiki Taka in there, some pretty big boosts to defending with sliding tackle plus 25 right there, interceptions plus 25 as well, pinged pass, block playstyle, the weak foot up to 4-star. It's a decent Evo. It does not give as much pace as you'd maybe like to see, but with some of the defensive boosts, you know, that's a pretty sick card right there for Gabriel Sara. It only takes you to an 88 overall rated item. It is not too bad. So it's not a crazy Evo, but it is decent. It's only repeatable one time. That was yesterday's Evo content. Now we got to go to the SBCs. That was where all the conversations were happening yesterday, of course, with the 82 times 25. The leaks were right. It was coming out, but unfortunately it wasn't a limited repeatable. And that was, it's still frustrating to think about. Like, I would so much rather be saying, guys, the 82-25 hype is here, and just be ripping 82-25s on repeat right now. And actually, I don't see the SBC at the moment, which is really weird, because the 82-25, I definitely completed that one all 10. There it is. All 10 times today, I got that one done. And of course, it's going to refresh today on Thursday for one last time before it expires on Friday. Now, the requirements for this SBC, before we talk about what's good and what's not good about it, it is 2 squads, an 83 with an inform and an 83 with an inform. I think the price is actually fine. 2 informs seems to be a little bit much, and we'll talk about those cards in the market here in a second, but it's just the lack of ability that we have to grind it repeatable, unlimited repeatable, and get the SBCs done that we want to get done. Like, still, there's only one day left now, Team of the Year, with today on Thursday and a little bit of tomorrow on Friday. Call it one day. We'll sure call it that. But like, that wouldn't even be enough time to let us craft all the player SBCs with the SBC bans and the limits on SBCs that we can do in a single day set in place. We wouldn't be able to craft everything and then completely destroy the power curve, or we wouldn't be able to pack all of the Team of the Years that are out and completely destroy the power curve. Then, yeah, it's just frustrating, because that was our expectation. We had that last year in FC25, the unlimited repeatable 82-20. Sure, you can point to the power curve like we did yesterday and say that maybe they wouldn't release this unlimited repeatable, but when your expectations are set there, when the leakers are out there saying that the grind is back, right, that just, we were kind of led to believe this was going to be unlimited repeatable. I think most of us really wanted that. And that's where we saw this going. And for it not to be that just ends up making you feel not so good. But of course, on the other side, like, it is nice to have this. And I know some of you guys have gotten lucky. You're like, Nate, stop talking bad about this SBC. I packed the team of the year from it yesterday. Like, I know some people, that has been the story. And I hope that it's the story for all of you guys. Today, we have one last big chance with this refreshing, the 83 times 10s refreshing. But after today, all the upgrade packs are gone, and it's kind of over, to be completely honest. Now, the thing with this 8225 as well that I feel like wouldn't hurt the power curve is I did all 10 of them yesterday. I only got 9 walkouts from 250 82 plus cards. I counted them. I went back and watched the stream, counted them. 9 walkouts from all of those packs. And I'm turning most of the 8225 that I get right back into the next one. Like, man, that's the thing that frustrates me, is like, the pack weight is what it is. It's really not going to kill the market or destroy the power curve just with one of these packs, unlimited repeatable, for 2 days. So that's the frustrating part. There are some rumors, man, that maybe this would turn unlimited repeatable today. Like, guys, there's no way I'm getting my hopes up again. We've gotten our hopes up twice now for an unlimited repeatable grind like we loved last year in FC25. And it has come crashing down hard 2 times. I'm not getting my hopes up again. Also, I've never seen an SBC start out as a certain number of times repeatable per day and then automatically switch to unlimited. That's copium. So unless EA go crazy today and just delete the SBC and then bring it back, I'm expecting to do this 10 more times, and that's going to be the end of the 82 times 25 for this year. Now, we also yesterday had the 88 to 90 upgrade, which I'm actually not mad about this one. This one is fine that it's 5 times repeatable. It would be nice if it was maybe 10 times repeatable, but I think it's okay what it is. It's an 85 rated squad for a chance at getting an 88 to 90 rated player. Now, I will say I opened all 5 of those yesterday. I did get Team of the Year honorable mentions David Raya. I got 190 rated card of Rodri, and the rest were 88s. It's not a bad idea to actually open that pack and save that SBC for future stars, because there's probably going to be a lot more 88 to 90 rated promo cards in the future stars promo than, of course, there are right now with just a handful of the team of your honorable mentions that you could pack in that. And that would maybe give you a chance at some more unique players and just overall more 89 and 90 rated cards that could be in packs. So I'm opening those today as I craft today, because I'm still trying to get the Ronaldo and Messi and Marcelo SBC done before the end of Team of the Year, or at least close to it, because there's a lot of packs that are out right now. But I do think there's a very good reason if you do want to hold on to those. Now, with those SBCs being out, we got to talk about fodder. 2 informs required in the 8225 absolutely has made them go up a little bit. And I was surprised, because being 10 times repeatable, I thought that informs would maybe fall off, because I knew they were invested in so much. And right away after content yesterday, I was like, guys, I'm not sure about informs, because they were so invested in. But with it being 2 inform requirements, you still need another 3 informs for the 83 by 10, and even a couple more for the daily refreshing 85 plus position specific packs. Informs are still doing good. They're right about 16,000 coins right now. And at this point, it probably just looks like they're going to go up heading into content today. And during the hour or 2 after the content release, we probably will see the peak prices for informs. Maybe they could go up a little more into Friday as people are getting those last pack SBCs done. Because let's be honest, the 8225 isn't unlimited repeatable, but we're absolutely not skipping it. That's not a pack that you're just going to say, nope, I'm not doing that because I don't like it. No, you're doing it because Team of the Years are still in packs. By the way, if you need informs, make sure you watch and really look and do the 83 plus Team of the Week upgrade pack, because what I've seen from the 82 times 25 is you're going to end up having a good number of 84s and 85s left over from that, because you're turning back the 83s and the 82s and maybe a couple 84s. But I had a lot of leftover 84s, and I'm going to be putting these into the 83 plus Team of the Week upgrade to at least stock up on some of those. So make sure you don't just go buy a Team of the Week off the market right away. And also, this SBC is cheaper to do because 84s are still, less than 1,000 coins since they weren't required at all yesterday. They're 850. So it's still cheaper to go buy the golds for the 83 plus team of the week if you need informs. But I think I would sell those informs today or tomorrow into Friday, just because once all the SBCs that required the team of the weeks, like the 8310, like the 8225, go away, you're going to have a lot less demand for informs, and the prices on those should drop tomorrow, Friday night. Now, the rest of the fodder market is kind of doing what we expected. The high rateds are going even higher. 89s were 30K at content yesterday. They're 35K now. 90 rated cards, besides Rodri, he's the anomaly, are 74,000 coins. The 8225 and the 88 to 90 is helping people complete the more expensive player SBCs. And with that being helpful, people are going out and buying a little bit of extra fodder they need to complete the SBC. So that is going as expected. But guys, I would say honestly, for the high rated fodder, I would look to sell it before all these packs go away. So like today, maybe even tomorrow, a little bit on Friday morning, I think you'd want to sell your fodder, because Friday night, when Team of the Years go out of packs, all of those higher rated 89 rateds and even the 90s that are out of packs right now come back into packs. Foot Champs Rewards is going to supply them, and then we should see the fodder market on the top tier settle down a little. It's going to make the big SBCs a bit cheaper, which is a good thing if you're trying to finish them like me, but those cards are going to be in packs. The SBCs are still there, so they'll stay inflated. Like, I don't think 89s are going to go back down to like 20K flat or even below that, but I think they could maybe go down to like 27K, 25K by Friday night or to Saturday. We will just have to see, because there's still a lot of SBCs out, but of course there's not as much SBC pack grind or fodder available in SBCs to help people get the SBCs done. So that's my expectation there with fodder. Wanted to talk about that. The last SBC from yesterday's content was Christian Pulisic. And man, I really would love to do this SBC, if I'm being 100% honest. I'd love to get this card in the club. He's got a dribbling boost, you know, looks good, but 90 rated with only one playstyle plus. And the fact that I've got the player of the month and I've been evolving him and looking to evo him even further because he is 87 rated has me thinking I'm going to skip this one. So for 178,000 coins, it's actually one of the better priced SBCs that we've had during this promo, but for me, it's one that I'm going to be skipping. And also, we did have the 87 plus campaign mixed player pick and Team of the Year Challenge 6 dropped yesterday. The campaign pick went down from a 1 of 4 to a 1 of 3, but they added in Time Warp players, which is why I think the price stayed the same, but they took a player out of the player pick. So it's a little frustrating, but it is what it is. That's still a good SBC to craft with maybe a little bit of extra fodder you have. Now, let's move on a little bit and talk about yesterday's market movements. First of all, we have a new team of the week. Endrick, very popular card in this team of the week. He's got the right wing position. He does fit one of the evos right now, the inside edge evo, I believe it is. So he's got a lot of hype. With these informs, as always, I would not be buying, especially the expensive ones, until we get the weekend league supply on Friday into Saturday. They should drop a good bit then. And then, of course, as we said, inform prices should drop Friday night into Saturday as well as we get weekend league supply. But the biggest news from yesterday was the Champions League primetime upgrades. What a day of Champions League it was. Such an exciting day of football. That last day when all the clubs are playing their games at the exact same time, all of the position movements on the table, it was absolutely electric. How could you not be excited for Benfica or just marvel at the craziness of that goal from their goalkeeper in the 90th plus 8 or whatever it was, unless you're a Madrid fan and you're not happy, but like that's just peak football, absolute cinema, and that was incredible just to watch that happen. But with that being said, all these primetime cards have reached their final upgrade potential. These cards are no longer live after this. They've got upgrades pending, but no more upgrades after that. A whole bunch of cards are getting boosted. I want to highlight a couple. First of all, Esteval and Javi Simons for Chelsea and Tottenham are getting max upgrades, and that means they're both getting play style pluses. Now, we've talked about this in the past couple of days. We talked about it last week when there was Champions League games as well. If you've already evolved either of these two guys, there is a risk that the play style plus you have on the card could get overwritten by whatever play style plus the new live upgrade is given to the card. So like, let's say Esteval gets like rapid plus. If you have finesse plus on him, that finesse plus is not safe. It could get overwritten by the rapid playstyle, if that were to be the playstyle plus. That's one thing that we have to worry about with these cards, but also with evos for players like this, you just never know what the stats. So I've got Javi Simons right now in the Build Your Own Team of the Year honorable mention. Hopefully we'll get a couple of stat boosts because he's due a +2 overall, as is Esteval. And these cards are up. And guys, you know what I'm going to say. These cards are worth selling. You do not want to hold on to these cards. You want to cash them out. 200,000 coins for Esteval. He's no longer live after this. And he was in packs, remember, during Winter Wildcards, during Team of the Winter Wildcards re-release, not Team of the Year. So you're going to want to sell that card for sure. And then, of course, there's the flip side of the market. Cards that are down a lot. Eder Militao, Real Madrid, expected to get more upgrades. Didn't. From 430K to 260,000 coins. Now, granted, he's still getting a +1 for scoring a goal in 4 different matches. He's going to be getting that upgrade, right? He's a part of this list, but he's not getting more upgrades than that, and that was kind of the expectation with this card, so the price is dropping a lot. Most of the prime times, I would say, are a sell, like I mentioned. I don't even think I would hold on to any of those, to be completely honest. You can maybe hold out for the upgrades, but most of the time after those final upgrades are given out, the prices do drop. Now, hopefully those upgrades happen tomorrow. Of course, the draw is happening tomorrow as well for the next round of the Champions League, but I kind of wanted to make that clear is we would be expecting those upgrades at earliest today, but probably tomorrow and Friday when they'll upgrade all the European competition cards, and then we'll see what happens with those evos, which we'll be watching very closely. Now, with everything going on and all the content yesterday, especially the content being a little bit lackluster with the 82x25, I want to make a quick pit stop here to Futbin and look at the market and look at prices. Since the 8225 was not unlimited repeatable, guess what? It was a carbon copy of what happened on Tuesday when we didn't get an unlimited repeatable grind like we were hoping, and prices flew. Prices were low yesterday all morning heading into content. Look at Pedri. He was down at 2.9 mil. No 82.25 unlimited. Boom. Team of the Years started spiking up like crazy after that. And if you take a look at some of their prices now, Vitinha's 4.3 mil. Declan Rice is 1.8. We go to the women's team. Pina's back over 6 million coins. Who else do we have here? Russo's 1.1, Payor's up to 1.7. Team of the Year icons rebounded really well as well. Alberto's back up to 1.35. Hullit's 8 mil. You know, Seeger's 960 again. She was all the way down under 900,000 coins. Same thing with Team of the Year honorable mentions even. Harry Kane was 600. Now he's 640. Lamine Yamal was low 900s, like 900 flat. Now he's almost 1 million coins. So a lot of these cards are moving upwards, and it honestly looks like with Rivals Rewards today, it's their last chance to be packed tradable. I would imagine they're going to just move upwards after that even further. So if you want to buy a Team of the Year for your team, we're heading into Future Stars, right? And sure, there might be some good cards, a couple of good Evos, and maybe a decent SBC. And we have icon swaps incoming. But for some of these Team of the Year cards, specifically the regular Team of the Years with 3 playstyle pluses, they are pretty rare. There's not very many of them on the market, and they're the most desirable cards on this game. They are the best cards in this game. I imagine they are going to rise up even further tomorrow night in a little Friday night bubble situation. People are going to want to use them in Weekend League and have the best teams possible. So I don't know long-term how these prices are going to move and how they're going to work out, but I will say I do feel like almost all the Team of the Year cards, but specifically the actual Team of the Years, men's and women's 11 Team of the Years plus 12th man and woman, would probably maintain their prices pretty well throughout the weekend. The market as well should be a pretty good place to trade. I want to say that, like, we should be moving out of, you know, prices being a little bit finicky because of unlimited grind not being known. Now it's known, right? So I think prices should move up out of PAX card trading for, like, you know, winter wild cards and some of those time warp players from the last couple of promos. Should be a very good weekend to trade. Market should be moving pretty decent. The last thing for Team of Years that we maybe just need to have on our radar is there was some store packs added a couple of days ago called Cornucopia packs, and they have not been released yet. They're position-specific packs. They're untradeable, but I just mentioned them because they might be EA's kind of like last ditch effort to try to get people to spend money in the store today. I would not be surprised if we see those Cornucopia packs. They might have pretty high percentage odds, and that maybe would make the Team of the Year prices dip for just a little bit, as people maybe would sell a card or two to try to buy a store pack. That sounds crazy, but you know, there's probably some people that are going to do that. So that's kind of what I'm expecting today in regards to the market. Now, what we're really looking forward to today, guys, is maybe the turn away from Team of the Year, out of Team of the Year, after it's been good in some regard, but it's also not delivered in a lot of ways. But something that we know is going to deliver because it's coming back for the first time in a long time. We have the official leaked rewards, is icon swaps. And some of you guys watching this video might even already see icon swaps in game because it might be dropping at the start of Division Rivals rewards today with the brand new season that's coming out as well. This is one of the biggest leaks, by the way, that icon swaps is coming back. That's a big leak. That's one of the biggest ones of the entire year because this has not been in the game since FIFA 22 technically was the last icon swaps. We've had a couple of swaps programs after that, but just not the same as real icon swaps. And just before we get into discussing all the rewards and what it's going to look like today, once again, I just want to give a quick refresher on how this works. Of course, this is the biggest reward out of everything. This one's the mind-blowing, crazy reward. They're giving us a 94 R9 with finesse and tech plus for 95 pace, 94 dribble. Like, this is R9, 5-star, 5-star. R9, the best striker in the game, is going to be at the end of this reward section. But the way it works is you collect the tokens from doing objectives, from doing SBCs. There's probably going to be some in the season pass. There might be a couple in the store, but those are usually called bonus tokens. You take those tokens and you turn them into SBCs, where there is a swaps tab. There's not a swaps tab right now, but I would imagine today after content, or at least after the new season comes out, there should be a swaps tab here in the game where we will turn in these icon swap tokens that we collect. Make sure to not quick sell them. Make sure to send them to your club and collect them. And that's where you will chase after these icon swap rewards. Now, once again, these are the official leaked rewards and how many tokens it takes to unlock those rewards. There's an 8225, an 8420, and an 8515, and an 86 times 25. Now, the news is the leaks are for these first few packs that are here in swaps. Allegedly, it doesn't look that hard to get 6 tokens. That was one of the leaks here that we had from Foot Police on this graphic that he made here. He said swaps are not that hard to get from what I hear, and the other rumor is that there might be 6 tokens available today. Now, if you're able to get those 6 tokens pretty easy, imagine being able to open an 86 by 25 right now with Team of the Year being out. That would be a insane, literally the best possible pack you could open during Team of the Year. So if that's possible, watch out for that. But even an 84 times 20 or an 85 times 15, if that's a part of what you want to spend your tokens on right away and give yourself a decent chance at packing a blue, that's not a terrible idea, especially because you'd get a lot of high-rated fodder to do an SBC. So that's something that we're going to have to watch out very closely. But that's what we love about icon swaps, is you've got all these options. What player is an icon? What icon pick? What pack interests you the most? Once we figure out how many tokens that we are going to be able to get over this entirety of the icon swaps promo content release, then we'll be able to start kind of dissecting what the best options are for these swap tokens, you know? So that's kind of what we're waiting on today. Allegedly, along with the packs and the icon players in here, there are Evos as well that are a part of the rewards. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that works out and how good those Evos are going to be. But right off the bat, if we do end up having like 25 tokens, I think that's the most we would possibly have. And that might include you spending some coins or money in the store. 19 tokens for R9 and 6 for the 86 by 25. Looks like it may be the best economical play. You get a nice, fun, big pack to open, and you get the best striker, R9. Now, R9's not going to be obtainable today. 6 tokens today, allegedly, as we mentioned, is the rumor. So they're not going to let us just breeze right away to the end of this icon swaps. But the fun should start today, and I'm sure we're going to learn a lot about it today. The reason why I think it's going to drop with Rivals rewards is I got to imagine there's going to be tokens in the new season pass, which are, of course, there's going to be a premium season pass today. We're going to look at a couple of those, you know, cards that are going to be in this in just a second. But let me know when you take a look at these rewards, like what combination looks interesting to you. Of course, we'll talk about it more in tomorrow's video and on stream today when we figure out how many tokens we're going to get. But the most fun part about this is you get to choose the grind. Depending on how much work it takes to get a token and how much work you're willing to put into this, you can choose if you want to go crazy with it and get a lot of the rewards, split up your tokens into a lot of different packs or icons, or go for like the heavy hitter R9 card, which again, this card is going to be everywhere. Most people are going to go after this because when have we ever had the opportunity to get an R9 without spending, probably, you could probably get this done with his icon swaps without spending any money or coins. You're probably going to be able to get this R9 done just through 19 swap tokens that don't require you to do anything in the store, or maybe in a premium season pass or something like that. If it's 19 of the 25 tokens are available from regular objectives and SBCs over the course of however long it is, that's technically a free R9 from just playing the game. That is wild. So we're watching for that very closely today. Now, also today, as we already mentioned, is the new season, and by the time you're watching this, it's probably out already, but I do want to go over this really quick. We're going to get Owen, Henry, Zidane, Lizarazu. A lot of French icons are in silver stars this time, silver superstar icons. But once again, the hype with these cards is drastically reduced because we can't Evo them anymore. Literally every single Evo now that is released, EA don't allow us to put these cards into it. And I'm looking like I'm not even going to finish Baggio, Mateus, Koeman, and Valder here because I've got so many good silver superstar icons already, and those aren't super emotional players for me, so I'm not going to finish those. But, you know, Henry, Zidane, they can be pretty good. We'll have to see how many games it takes to get those completed today. But of course, it's a new season pass as well. And in this new season pass, sure, there's some cards, like there's a 2 playstyle plus Petit and Desai and Michael Owen. There's some decent ones in there, but it doesn't look that crazy. I'm just more so curious about these Evos, right? This was an Evo that was leaked 2 days ago. The fact that we have a 2 playstyle plus, rapid plus, like Evo that we could put onto a player, max 88 allegedly, for a 2nd playstyle plus. I would love to know how far into the season pass that is, if it's paid, if it's free. I'm really curious to see the Evos from this season pass because that was one of the things from the last season pass that made it probably the best one yet, with the Evos that we had in there. You know, the grass cutter Evo, the stopped in its tracks, and like all the ones along the way with the packs that were in the season pass as well. It was a really solid season pass. Hopefully season number 5 is really good as well. Now, let's kind of take a step forward and talk about future stars for a quick second, because we had a lot of leaks yesterday, and as we're kind of turning the page from Team of the Year into future stars, we got to take a look at some of this content as well. We're going to go over this more in depth tomorrow in the video when Future Stars is going to drop, but I want to do kind of a brush over of Future Stars promo content that we know right now, because EA is already promoting it in the game. They've even already changed their like Instagram and Twitter profiles to be Future Stars related and not Team of the Year related. So it looks like EA has given up on trying to pack Team of the Years as well. But we have the whole entire team leaked with the icons, the heroes, and the regular Future Stars. I gotta say, very interesting set of future star icons here. We've got Drogba, Pinchon, Baresi, Javi, Eusebio, and Maradona. A couple of these are getting their 2nd promo card of the year. Of course, that would be Javi. Eusebio has already got a promo card as well. Fabregas, he's getting his first promo card of the year, a new addition as a hero. He's going to have low-driven Antiki. Those are official stats for Fabregas. The rest of the team is predicted. DeMarcus Beasley is getting in. McManaman is getting in as well. So those are the heroes and icons. And then this is the main team. And let's zoom in on this real quick to see some of the players. Due, Esteval, Voltamada. You've got Alyssa Thompson. You've got Anderson, Alvaro Carreras from Madrid. Like, you know, they're picking some good cards. Lamens, the goalkeeper from United. Luna, who I've already got an Evo of, and it's pretty cracked. Nusa from Leipzig. Odebert from my Spurs. That'll be a fun one. Conce, Sal, Barco. Wharton is in there. Ajiman, Mateus Mane. O'Reilly from City. Rodrigo Mora from Porto. And Eduardo Quaresma from Sporting as well. You know, these are not official stats, by the way, just predicted. There's some decent names in here. Like, there's some pretty big ones. So not terrible, but we just really got to wait and see what the official stats are for these cards before we decide too much, and before we really get an idea of how good this promo looks. Some of them are definitely going to be pretty expensive, but maybe this is like, you look at this and you're like, okay, I see Esteval, I see Voltamada, you know, I see even some of the women's cards from the Women's Super League. I see Odebert. I see Lamens. I want to stack up some premium Premier League upgrades. Like, that is one thing that happens at the end of Team of the Year every year, is people stack up a couple of upgrade packs from the leagues just in case there's a Future Stars player that they're really, really interested in. Because you would think that packing a Future Stars would be possible from this, unlike packing a Team of the Year. So that's something you could do today if you're that interested in this promo. But we're waiting for official stats to really see, at least what I'm curious about, how many of these cards are going to have 2 playstyle pluses. Will it just be the top few? Will it be everybody? I'm really curious to see that. I'm going to guess that not every card has 2, that some will have 1, especially in the lower tier. But that will be interesting to see when we get those leaks. But also what's really interesting to see is the leaked SBCs. Big Meeks, of course. EA posted this officially yesterday. That's why Fabregas' card is official. Big Meeks' card is official as well. That's a really good looking right back card. I don't know if he's going to have Anticipate and or the Intercept important playstyles on his card, but Bruiser Plus with the Quick Step with 92 physical and 90 pace, that's allegedly an SBC right now, they're saying, for Micah Richards, aka Big Meeks. That might be a right back that you could chip away at and put in your club and not have to worry about that position in your team for a while if he's got the right play style. So that has potential right there. Of course, Dorgu is leaked as well as a SBC. We haven't seen official stats for him. And then we have the Academy Evolution, which is one of the best parts of Future Stars from years past. But last year it was kind of annoying. This year, though, it's looking a little bit better, I will say, because it sounds like we're going to have a whole bunch of base playstyles to choose from. We're going to have a list of playstyle pluses to choose from for our first playstyle plus on our card. And then we're also going to be able to put a second playstyle plus on this as well. So it's going to be kind of similar, just to set the stage, kind of similar to the Team of the Year Honorable Mentions evolution, where you had to do a specific order and you had to put a playstyle on your card through an Evo, and then you had to go into the next one and get the next playstyle. Like, this is a very confusing Evo where it takes multiple steps and you have to go in the right order. You probably cannot change the card type. Some of you guys learned that through the Team of the Year Honorable Mentions. You put a World Tour on the card just for Chem, well, then you're screwed out of the rest of the Evos. So we're going to have to make sure that EA explain this really well, and we're going to explain it really well as well once we figure out how this Future Stars Academy is going to work. But in previous years of the Future Stars Academy, what we didn't like about it was we didn't get to choose our player. Like, EA would give us a player pick with a certain group of players in it, and then we'd have to choose. Like, this Sergio Gomez in FC24 was one of them that we could choose from. This way, it looks like, based on the leaks, we might be choosing our own player. So that's hype. That's one thing that we asked for in the last 2 years, this promo. So hopefully there's maybe some age-related requirements on these Evos. You have to pick a player who is under 23 years old or something like that to start the Future Stars Academy process. We will have to see if that's the case. I'm sure we'll get more leaks around that today for content on Thursday. So that's kind of all the news right now around Future Stars. There's going to be a lot more, and we'll talk about it more tomorrow. But let's discuss the last day of Team of the Year today, guys. Good luck. I said that we're kind of giving up, or I'm starting to lose hope, and the Team of the Year is kind of chalked earlier in the video. But to be honest, we're still open every single pack that we can, trying to get as many rating guarantee packs as we can opened, trying to even make a few more coins so I can open another store pack or two. We are absolutely still hitting the grind to the best of our abilities to try to get lucky, because all it does take is one pack. It only takes one to see blue, and then you're so happy that you kept grinding and that you didn't stop. So that is still what's going to be happening today. Make sure you check out the refresh of all of the SBCs, because it's going to be there today, and there's going to be opportunities to potentially get lucky. Like, I feel like over the last 2 days, I've seen more of you guys tweet me blues. I said that in yesterday's video as well, but like, it's crazy how many of you guys I'm seeing send me Team of the Years. So it's motivating me to continue to keep opening. Of course, as I said yesterday, we packed David Raya from the 88 to 90 upgrade pack, and I'm still working on the Messi SBC, and I'm working on Marcelo as well. So I'm still ripping all these packs. Let's open one of these 80 plus picks just for science here. An 84 inform is not bad. We will take that. We get to take 4. We'll take all the highest rated ones. So make sure you do all the packs today. It's worth logging on to doing that for the very least. But we do have one player SBC who is leaked still, and that is Gravenberch. We haven't seen official stats for him, but allegedly he would be our SBC today, since we haven't seen any other leaks besides him. And then maybe there's still one more Evo left in the tank. Guys, where's this Icon Evo? Foot Police leaked Max 87 Icon Evolution is set to come to Ultimate Team soon. I think it'll be 2 playstyle pluses. Does this have anything to do with the Future Stars Academy? Does it allow you 2 playstyle pluses, but, you know, your card who's a Future Star becomes an Icon? Probably not, because he says Max 87. Is this going to be in the Season Pass? Maybe. No news on this yet, guys. So watch out for that. There still could be a potential Evo today dropping along those lines for a Icon. And really, you know, if you want to get your hopes up and think that the 82 times 25 is going to get released unlimited repeatable today, because there was rumors of that on Twitter, you can, but I'm not, man. I'm not, because I think it's over. I think EA don't want us to have an unlimited repeatable 82 times 25, and they made that very evident and very obvious yesterday. So it still is frustrating But now I guess I'm going to look at it like, you know what? I'm very happy and blessed that I was able to get Pedri, even though we have spent now 4 million coins on store packs. We do the math. I've been keeping a little tally here on my little sticky note. We're at 3.95 million on store packs, and we're going to be spending some more today to try to see that blue flare at the end of the tunnel one last time, and it'll help me get some high-rated fodder for finishing the Messi Ronaldo player pick and Marcelo. Best of luck to you guys opening the last Team of the Year packs today. That's another long video from me, TFA. I will see you guys in the stream today. We'll be opening our packs. We'll be vibing out, seeing if we can get lucky one last time, and looking at all the leaks for future stars and icon swaps. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys in the stream today. It's been Nate, TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace out.